Terrence Malick's Weightless will could open as early as next month. And
so we're going to have 2 or 3 Terrence Malick movies in a year.
Amazing. Yeah. My understanding, this is the one that takes place in the Austin music scene. Ryan Gosling, Christian Bale, Cate Blanchett, Rooney Mara, Haley Bennett, Natalie Portman, Michael Fassbender, Val Kilmer, Benicio del Toro, Holly Hunter. I think Woody Harrelson makes an appearance in it too. The movie runs 2 hours and 25 minutes, nearly 30 minutes longer than Night of Cups. And I think it's, they say it's very edgy. It's not a musical, but it's a film that's grounded in the Austin music scene. And it's not a stream of consciousness movie like his other movies.
Okay, well, that's a positive. I just don't want to see Terrence Malick's movies just get all samey. You know? I just don't want them to be exactly like Tree of Life, which is kind of what they've been like. So he needs to move back over to that.
Yeah, I have yet to see, though, this new one, Night of Cups, though. I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know anything about. I mean, I haven't watched it. I mean, it hasn't. I mean, it comes out, I think, soon on video.
Brian Denny, he said that Malick was one of the greatest directors he's ever worked with. Because I was curious, like, such an established person as Brian Dennehy, like, what would he think of Malick's methods? What would his take on it be?
What movie is Dennehy in?
Night of Cups. He plays Christian Bale's father.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that yet either, so I'm kind of afraid to watch it. I just don't.
Showtime they're making a John Belushi documentary from the same guy that made the Marlon Brando Listen to Me Marlon documentary.
That could be interesting. I'd be curious to watch that.
Dean, any interest?
Let's not get all excited. Let's not get all excited about what I just said. Okay.
I don't know. I just feel like I know everything about John Belushi already. So I mean, I fucking lived through it all. So.
Well, we lived through it, but I'm sure that there might be.
Well, I mean, for future generations or whatever. I don't know. It's good to remind people of it every now and then. I got to park right next to the loft where he died at the Chateau Marmont. That was something. Blumhouse is producing another Halloween, a new Halloween. The director of that movie Hush that I saw on Netflix a couple of weeks ago, which is a really effective thriller, is probably going to helm it. It's executive produced by John Carpenter, and there's a possibility that John Carpenter will score it too.
So what? They'll just reuse the old score?
I don't know.
Which is, it's such a great score. I wouldn't blame them for doing that.
He's been on a big music kick lately with his 2 albums, and he's been touring with his albums. So I think he might write something different, but he'll still hold on to the original score. But maybe he'll shake it up a little bit.
Maybe he'll put he'll put some kind of Skrillex type spin on it. Some kind of dubstep type. I think that's funny.
Maybe he'll add a 4th note. Who knows?
Yes. Oh, here's the big thing. Of course, Sam Mendes has come out saying that he's not directing the next James Bond film, which it's probably
no shock. Is that a real
not
shock?
A surprise?
Yeah.
Well, Daniel Craig's not coming back as Bond. That's the big thing, right?
Is that really official? Because
they haven't. Sony has not commented on it, and neither has, of course, the Barbara Broccoli, who, of course, is the final arbiter of who becomes the next James Bond.
Right.
And, of course, they're talking about, this is no surprise, too, they're talking about Tom Hiddleston being the next James Bond. which seems pretty obvious that he would be considered the front runner.
I would like to see Craig, come back for one more, just to go out on a high, or try to go out on a high note at least. I mean,
I just don't think Craig
they're not
it
making it. I'm sure they're not saying officially that he's not coming back because they're still trying to tempt him. But the amount of money that I hear that he turned down for it, he's not coming back. He's not coming back.
Yeah, I don't think he's coming back either. I think he hurt himself quite seriously on the last one, and I don't think that he's willing to do that again.
And plus, they're so exhausting, and been there, done that after a while.
Right.
You know? Like, who needs it? I've been Bond.
Exactly. After a little while,
it would just be nice if he could go out on a better movie, though. I mean, you know what I mean?
But if this next one sucks, what, does he have to do another one? It's like, damn it.
He has to do it till he gets it right. He has to do it till he gets it right, James. No, I think the writing, no offense, the writing, no pun intended, the writing was on the wall. He hated working on this one so much, though, that I don't see him. I mean, it's no real surprise if he doesn't come back. It'd just be nice if it was a better movie to leave on, but I just don't see that
Here's an idea. They don't, Sam Mendes notwithstanding, they don't normally take in, like, current A-list directors to do Bond movies.
That's right.
Direct Bond movies. So, Owen Gleiberman did an article in Variety, who should direct the next Bond movie. And the usual suspects are here, but he had one idea that I thought could very well work, and that's John McTiernan. John McTiernan could use a big movie.
Oh,
he's already proven that he's a really good action director. And would that be offensive to either of you?
No. Oh God, no, not at all. I mean, he'd be, I think, perfect for it.
Yeah. And Gleiberman also mentioned Catherine Bigelow as an interesting possibility.
No, she would be great.
I understand why he would mention her, the same as Tarantino, but I don't think Catherine Bigelow has any interest in it. Catherine Bigelow's too busy trying to, do these socially relevant action movies. She has her own kind of subgenre now, the political action movies.
Yeah, although I don't know of anything she's working on currently.
She was working on another movie of the ilk of Zero Dark 30 with Mark Bowl. Mark Bowl was writing something new that Bigelow was interested in.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, of course, also mentioned were Paul Greengrass, which, why would he want to do a Bond movie when he's doing the Bourne movies?
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason. I think John McTiernan is probably the best choice I've heard. I mean,
yeah, it'd be nice.
You're not going to get Paul Greengrass. You're not going to get Christopher Nolan. You're not going to get any. There's no reason. There's no reason to. First of all, they've proven they can make movies of that caliber. I don't think these directors are prepared to really work within the Broccoli confine. I don't see that happening. I really don't see that happening at all.
Where they're not the final arbiter of
the Broccoli confine. It sounds like an official diagnosis for some kind of food allergy.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? You're never going to get Tarantino or someone like that to work. They're not going to do it. They're just not going. It's not happening.